So again, frame 1 of that guide, and then I'm going to just draw that path. And I know sometimes your keyboard and other stuff will get in the way, but no big deal for now. What should have happened, you should have seen it like, boop, snap. The boat should have like snapped to it, to that line you just drew. And if it didn't, no big deal. Move your playhead, do the scrubbing again, go to the playhead, move the playhead back and forth, and let's see if it, everybody do that so I can see if it does it for everybody or it doesn't. Okay, looks like the majority of you, it didn't snap to it. And that's fine. On mine, it didn't happen either. Notice it's still not following the path. It's still the same way that when I scrub the playhead back and forth, it's just going from, it's basically going in a straight line, right? Okay, so I'm going to move my playhead to frame 1. I'm going to select the boat. So a couple of things to understand about instances before I show you how to do this. If you notice, on the corner of this boat, there's like a little plus sign. That little plus sign is called a registration point. And then when I select the boat, there's another white circle. That white circle is called a transformation point. We want to make sure the transformation point, this white circle, snaps to that line we drew. And it looks like on mine, when I click and drag it, it looks like it went ahead and snapped to that on the frame 1, but maybe it didn't snap to on the last frame. So I'll click and drag and make sure that transformation point is lined up right with that line, the path. So now I'm going to move my playhead to the last frame. And notice when I select the boat, and you can see that my transformation point here is not snapped to that. See, it's right there. So I'm going to click and drag it, and then as soon as I get to that line, you'll notice it kind of does a little snap right there. And then go ahead and move your playhead back and forth. And then notice it does follow the path. You don't want to have more than one object. You only want to have the object that you're animating in that layer. So if you get, real quick, look at this real quick. If you get like these little dashes right here like that means there's a problem with your animation. And in his case, he had an extra object in there and didn't know what to do with that. Okay. So for instance, like if I draw this line there, notice now when I drew that line, it gives me that arrow. Basically, that's telling me there's an arrow because I have a line, I have a vector shape and an object in the same layer. Okay. Let me go over that real quick one more time, and everybody else can watch and see. Okay, so I'm just going to do this in another layer, or another movie, so I don't mess this one up. Okay, so I have a block. I'm going to just do a block, right? And I'm going to take the block. I'm going to take this block, and I'm going to convert it to a symbol. So modify, convert to symbol. Oops, shoot. Modify, convert to symbol. And we'll leave it like that name for now. And then, so now it's a symbol because there's, we know there's a registration point, there's the transformation point. It's hard to see that there's a blue bounding box, but there is. So then, to do the motion path, where I draw the motion path, I'm going to make it so that it's a classic tween. To do that, I'm going to select, say, frame 40. That's where I wanted it to end up. I'm going to insert a keyframe. So insert timeline keyframe. Then I'm going to right mouse click. Now at this point, so what I could do right mouse click, but what I should do is since I'm frame 1, on frame 1 it's on the left side, on frame 40 it's still on the left side. But notice on frame 40 I have that keyframe. I'm going to select it and then move it to the right side. Now on frame 40 is on my right side. As soon as I move it to frame 39 and through 1, it's on the right side. I'm sorry, left side. They're opposite sides of each other. The point is I moved it from one spot to the other. Right? Here's on one side, and there it is on the other side. On the two different keyframes. So the two different keyframes, they're in different spots. Different X, Y, Z positions. Right? Notice that one. But we still haven't done the animation. All we're doing is just having it, it's been redrawn on one side and then the other. So now I'm going to select it, or select the frames in between, right mouse click, and I'm going to select create classic tween. That shows me that, notice it moves from one, now it does look like it's moving from one back and forth, right? So when I test it out, it goes from one side to the other. So far we have that animation going back and forth, classic tweening. Now it looks the same as if I would have done regular motion tweening, correct?
Yep.
Can't tell the difference, except when we look at the layer itself. Now I'm going to right mouse click on the layer, not here, but here. Not over here, but over here. See, not here, but here. Then I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, right mouse click, and then add classic motion guide. So you see that I'm in the guide layer here, right? And I did that by right mouse clicking it, remember? So it needs to be set up as classic tween, right mouse click, and add classic motion guide. When we draw the path, now, oops, give me a second here. So now, you see how it follows the path? So in this case though, I want to make sure it ends up over here. So I'm going to select my boat layer. I'm going to go to my first frame, keyframe, select it. I'm going to select that keyframe. We're not selecting the boat, we're selecting that keyframe. And then on there in the property inspector, if you'll notice, it says orient to path. Right there. Notice it's unchecked, so we want to check it. So on frame 1, selected that on the boat layer where the classic tweening is, and then I went and select orient to path. So now when I scrub, notice what it does. It does follow that, but in my particular case, it looks like it's lurching forward. See how it's like, look, see how on mine it looks like it's about to tip over? Okay.
Mine does too.
Right. So what we need to do, and the reason is because the is because of visually, where this is the point, right? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to rotate to follow this curve. So on frame 1, I'm going to select the object, and then I'm going to rotate it so that it follows this curve. So then after that, it should pretty much follow all the way through. So I'm going to select the object. I'm going to go to my free transform tool. And then on my tool, when I put my cursor on the corners, it has that rounded arrow. That allows me to rotate it up or down, whichever way. So I'm going to rotate it. In my case, I'm going to rotate it up. Yours, you may have to rotate it down. I don't know. But I'm rotating it towards the curve, up. Then it won't look like it's lurching forward. Then it just pretty much follows the path.
Yours is much much to it in a knife.
Yeah, it depends how you draw it.